Let's talk about leadership by example. I'm Randy Roberts. I'm an executive and career life coach, and I love helping people achieve their leadership potential. Let me tell you a little bit about a client that I worked with a few years ago. He hired me to work with his commercial leadership team on culture building and how they were going to do some change management and take the company to their next level of growth. So the work was going really well. The team was really motivated to dig into building the culture that they wanted to, excited about defining that, how they were going to put it into action, getting things moving forward. And then over time, I started to see the excitement for the initiatives wane. People weren't as excited about coming to the meetings. They weren't as prepared for the meetings. There were signs. So I did some one-on-one interviews with folks to find out what was going on. And what it came down to was the leader's behavior. Now, it's never just the leader, but in this case, the leader was saying all the right things, but the team saw him doing something else. So it really sent the message that it was kind of lip service, like he knew they should do it, but it wasn't important to really do it. It had been so important and motivating to the team. And one of the reasons that some of the people wanted to work on the team. So his behaving in a different way kind of devalued them, made them feel that he didn't value them. And in general, it cost the leader some credibility with the team. It wasn't what he intended. He was a really good guy. He was a really good leader. It was just that the pressures of the business were getting in the way. And so his behavior wasn't matching what he was saying. It was tough, but I give a lot of credit to him as a leader. He was willing to hear that feedback from me and put some plans in action to make sure that his actions were more consistent with his words. And over the time we've been working together, things are really going well. I give him a lot of credit for his self-awareness and willingness to dig in. So if you're recognizing any of those symptoms on your team or some of that behavior in yourself, what do you do about it? I think a great place to start can be to think about the best leader you've ever worked for or with. And think about the qualities that made them the person so that they came to mind when I just asked you that question. And a lot of times it's around the emotional intelligence piece. There's a lot of leaders that know what to do, that have the education and experience to get the job done. But a lot of times it's the emotional intelligence piece that aren't dialed up enough to get the team to follow you, to really get the implementation where you want it to be. So think about what those things are and really tap into them. You might need some help to do that. And I'm sure there are people around you that are happy to help. One of the other things, a question that I get around this, and this was the case for this leader, the business things just were screaming so loud and were really there was so much pressure going on to deliver that took precedent over these leadership priorities that they really knew were important. And that's real. I don't want to discount that at all. When you find that happening, a lot of times it's as easy as discussing that with your team, almost narrating the situation. And that can sound like, look, we've talked a lot about culture thing XYZ, and I want you to know how important that is to me. And I don't want to risk sending another message because we're under such pressure right now. So know that I am aware of that. We've got to take care of these things, and then we can get back to putting the work into that. But I want you to know it's still important. We've just really got to keep our eye on the ball right now. Acknowledging it and sending the message that you will get back to it, and then leading by example by really getting back to it once the team delivers. That can be all that you need to do. So give it a try. And if there's some way that I can help, let me know.